Hello, it's Selena coming to you live from Charlie's pasture for some yoga today. I was trying to move the camera a little bit so I didn't have these poles here so you could see my body clearer, but with the wind, I'm just scared that you won't be able to hear me. So hopefully this is good. It's going to be a very active class today, but by that, all I mean is it can be as advanced as you want it to be. So we're just going to do some nice poses, some good stretching, poses that anyone can do. So this will be something that even beginners through advanced yogis can participate in. So make sure you have a nice, comfortable area, plenty of space. And we're going to start on our backs, so take your time getting down there. I might have even started the video a minute early. So laying on your backs, we're going to have our knees up in the air. So as you're relaxing on your back with your knees in the air, think about your alignment, because that's what we're going to be talking a lot about. I have sand all over my mat from the beach this morning. All right. So breathing nice, full, deep breaths on your own time. I want you to bring the focus to your shoulders, making sure that both shoulder blades are pressing into the mat. Then bring the attention to your spine, starting at your skull, the base, the back of your head pressing into the mat. And so your cervical spine is going to be lifted because that's where the curve is. But then starting from the center of your top back, from behind your ribs, pressing that spine into the mat. Also think about lengthening, reaching with the crown of the head this direction and the tailbone in the opposite direction. Good. Creating that space between each vertebrae in the spine. Now bringing the attention to our hips, pressing our hips, our glutes into the mat. And then bringing the focus to our hands, pressing the hands, all 10 fingers spread like jazz hands. Each finger pressing into the mat, your wrists, your forearms, all the way to your elbows, pressing into the mat. Then bring the attention to your feet. Go ahead if you want, peek up. Make sure those feet are in line with your hips. Spreading those toes, go ahead and lift those toes up. Lift those toes up, wiggle them a little bit. Spread them as wide as you can, and then pressing each and every toe into the mat. Pressing the ball of your foot into the mat, your heel into the mat. Deep breath in. And exhale. Deep breathing here. Deep breath in. And exhale. Another deep breath in. Exhale. All right, sorry, just checking to make sure everyone can hear me and there weren't any problems with the video. All right. So now that we have our alignment here, we're going to take some nice, easy breathing with the arms. So we're going to bring the arms up as we inhale. Go ahead and have them straight up this time. So just for a second, Focus on those shoulder blades, pressing those shoulder blades still into the mat. Active, strong arms. Feel those forearms, those biceps and triceps, but don't block the elbows. Make sure you have a little micro bend in your elbows. And then active, strong fingers, palms, hands. Deep breath in here. And exhale, bring them down. Now we're going to continue that with the breathing, the arms going up and down. If you'd like, you can bring them all the way up to your ears, but whatever's comfortable for your shoulders and your body. Here we go. Inhale. Arms coming up. And exhale. Arms coming down. Again, inhale. Arms coming up. And exhale. Arms coming down. Again, pressing into our foundation at all points. Inhale, arms coming up. Lengthening through that body. Exhale, arms coming down. One more. Inhale, arms coming up. And exhale. Coming down. Very nice. Now we're going to bring the knees in to our chest here. Find a nice, comfortable place for them. Go ahead and place your palms on your knees. We're going to do some big circles. Big knee circles. So we're working that pelvis. And reverse. Nice and easy. Find your own pace. All right, now we're going to do a little Apanasana breathing. So on our inhale, our arms are extending, allowing room in the chest for our lungs to expand. On the exhale, bringing them in. So here, in this position, keep those elbows tucked in. Don't let them come out. Elbows in, bringing the knees towards the chest. Inhale, extend the arms. And exhale, bringing the knees towards the chest. One more. Deep inhale. And exhale. Good. From here, we're going to extend the right leg. We still have the left knee tucked into the body. We're going to inhale here. Reaching long through that spine, long through those toes. And on our exhale, we're switching legs. Take the time, find your placement. Find your hips in line with each other. Inhale here. And exhale, switch. Bringing the left knee into the body, reaching with those right toes. Inhale here. Exhale, switch. Good, nice, full deep breaths. Inhale here. Exhale, switch. Last one. Inhale here. Exhale, switch. Good. Lengthen through that left toe. And then bring both feet back down to the mat. Again, find your placement. Find your alignment. Spread those toes. Pressing the hands. Bringing the arms back to the mat. Pressing the hands into the ground. The forearms. All the way through the elbows. The shoulder blades. Here we go. Inhale here. Go ahead and bring the feet a little closer to the bum. We're going to press our hips up, coming into a bridge variation. Exhale, lift the hips. All right, taking a moment here. Make sure those feet are in line with your hips, your hands, your arms, your shoulder blades are pressing into the mat as your hips press up into the sky. Make sure, too, that you leave a little space here between your chin and your chest. Inhale. And exhale, release, coming down. Good. We're going to do that again. Here we go. Inhale. Find your alignment. Press into your foundation. And exhale, lifting those hips. Good. Find your alignment here. Make sure you're not letting those knees splay out. Squeeze those inner thighs. Squeeze those glutes. All tight and around, wrapping right here. Inhale. Pushing into your foundation and exhale, release. Good, just one more. Here we go. Find your placement, pressing into the foundation. Inhale here. And exhale, lifting those hips. Squeezing those glutes, wrapping, squeezing those inner thighs, finding that active muscle to bone action. Inhale here. And exhale, hold it, hold it. One more full breath if you've got it. If not, come on down. Inhale. And exhale, release. Good job. Go ahead and move those knees one side and then the other. Nice and easy. Then we're going to bring those knees back into the chest here. This time we're bringing our chin to our chest, bringing the head to the knees. Go ahead and work out that spine. If you'd like, you can do a little rock here. I had a teacher tell me that she finds it more helpful or more productive to hold this pose and find that stretch through her spine. And I like that because it works really well for me. It feels great. Here, make sure you're breathing. Inhale. And if you're rocking, rock with your breath. Exhale. One more. Deep inhale. And exhale. Good. Bringing the feet back down to the mat. Go ahead and roll onto one side or the other. Nice and slow. And when you're ready, finding the weight of your body and the palms of your hands, coming up to your seated position or up to your knees. We're going to go ahead and come standing at the top of our mat. All right. Can't tell where it's easy to see me, which place is easier. So we're going to come here. So standing in our Tadasana. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through our sun salutations. So these are nice, easy poses. I'll give you modifications if we need them. But we're going to take it nice and slow, and we're going to stop in every pose and take a full 3 breaths to make sure that we're in our alignment, that we're focusing on our body, making strong, active muscle movements, which is going to help this to be a more advanced class, if that's what you're looking for. All right, so standing in our Tadasana. I'm going to face you, I'm going to turn to the side too, just so we can go over this pose. So our feet are in line with our hips, in line with our shoulders, so our whole torso here. Arms are to the side, palms facing forward. Reaching long through the crown of the head, creating space between every vertebrae in our spine. So we're going to start at the feet. So all 10 toes, go ahead. Lift those toes like we did when we were laying down. Lift those toes, spread them, and then place them back on the mat so they're spread, pushing into the foundation, pushing into our mat. Imagine if you're growing roots, as if you were growing roots down into the ground through the ball of your foot, through those toes, through your heel and the side of the foot. Now coming up to the calf muscles. Go ahead and tighten those calf muscles. Moving up through the knees. Now you don't want to lock your knees, so go ahead if you have, if you can overextend your body, go ahead and have a slight bend, that's fine. And then moving up into the thighs. Sorry, I'm trying to find a place where you can see me and the pole's not behind me. So here, focusing on those inner thighs squeezing together. So your inner thighs are squeezing together as if you had a block between them and you were trying to hold that block there. But then at the same time, our hips are rotating out. So those glutes are squeezing and activating here. So you have that counteraction, that squeeze here, that internal rotation and that external rotation. Strong, active arms, shoulders now, down and back, reaching through the crown of the head. Inhale and exhale. Do you feel that all through your body? You feel that strong, active pose? Inhale and exhale. Feel like you're growing taller. Inhale and exhale. Good. Go ahead and release. Shake it out a little bit. Woo. Move it around. All right, from here, we're going to reach up. We're coming into our forward fold. So here we go. Find that strong, active Siddhasana, that mountain pose here. And inhale, reaching up. Still strong, active bodies. Exhale, forward fold. All right. So from here, if you need to bend those knees, that's fine. If you can't reach the ground, go ahead and find your hands on your shin or on your thighs, wherever you need to support your body. So find that comfortable pose. And here, again, toes spread, pressing into that foundation with all parts of our feet, whether your legs are bent or straight. Let's go ahead, let's everyone bend. Here we go, so we can elongate that spine, reaching through that long, extended spine here. Deep inhale. And if it's in your practice, you can extend those legs for your exhale. Again, inhale. If you're bending your knees and you're working on elongating that spine, focus on your shoulders. Bring those shoulders back and down. Back and down as if you're squeezing a pencil between those shoulder blades in your back. Deep inhale. And exhale. If you want, extend, relax the back. Let's do one more. Full deep breath in here. Bend those knees if you want. Pressing those shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, extend. Good. Walk it out a little bit if you want. Find some movement. Here we go. From here, we're going into our half fold. So inhale into our half fold. All right. So I have my fingers reaching back, opposite direction as the crown of my head reaching forward. If you'd like, you can reach your arms forward. That's just not in my practice today. Or you can, again, find a slight bend in the knees, find your hands on your thighs, bring those elbows into the body, extending through that spine. Find that long, straight, flat back. All right, find your pose. Breathing here, inhale. Again, focusing on that foundation, the legs, the feet, the toes, everything pressing into the mat. Exhale. And then the calf muscles, those ankles, the shins squeezing in together, the inner thighs squeezing in together. And then those glutes, activate those glutes. So see, as I'm talking about it with y'all, it's even bringing to my attention that I don't have all my muscles activated. That's why this is so good. It's great to go through the poses and find that active action in your muscles, because that's what yoga is all about. One more full breath here if you have it. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now, nice and slow. We're going to bend the knees, bringing the palms to the earth. We're going to walk back to our plank position. So, I have my hands under my shoulders. I'm taking one foot back and then the other. If you need to find a modified plank, go ahead and bring those knees down, tuck those toes. Whatever your body needs, wherever you are, is where you're supposed to be. So, find your modified plank or your full plank. I'm going to go ahead and take the modified one. So, from here, make sure those hands are under your shoulders, your feet in line with your hips and your knees. Find that extended spine reaching through the crown of the head. If you're down in a modified plank like I am, we're pressing all 10 toes into the ground, into the mat. And go ahead and bring those hips forward, pushing forward through the chest. Go ahead and open that chest up for a nice little Cobra stretch. Inhale here. Make sure you're keeping those elbows in. And exhale, coming back to our plank. I'm going to go ahead and come into my full plank now. Another deep breath in. Make sure those shoulders are coming together in the back, but at the same time you have that little cat back action going so you're not sinking between your shoulders. Keep those abdominals activated, those legs all through your calves, your thighs, your inner thighs, those glutes. One more full breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Strong, active body. And inhale. And exhale. We're pushing back into our downward facing dog. So go ahead, walk it out. Find your pose. All right. So, hands. Again, fingers spread, pressing into the mat. Toes spread, pressing into the mat. Now, if you need to, lift those heels. All right, lift those heels because it's not about having this stretch. The point of our downward facing dog is that tailbone. So we don't want it here, we want it here. I don't know if you can see that action, if I can do that well enough. So we don't want to be here. We don't want that bottom part of our spine curved. We want it extended out. Tailbone reaching to the sky. So knees and feet under the hips. Find that place. And let's go ahead and everyone lift their heels just so we can find that placement in our hips. Hips pointing that tailbone up and out. Now, from here, bring the attention to your abdominal muscles. Bring those abdominals in, active. Bring the ribs in and active so we're not pressing the chest and letting our back release. Strong, active muscles throughout the body. Inhale here. And exhale. Activating all those muscles. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Deep inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, looking at the hands. And exhale, walking, stepping, or jumping the feet forward. Here we go. Back in our forward fold. Go ahead, take a minute. One full breath. Find your pose here. Again, if you need to bend those knees, that's fine. Wherever your body is, that's where you need to be. Here we go. On our next inhale, we're sweeping the arms all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good job. All right, so now we're going to take all that information And we're gonna try to just pick one thing to focus on because that was a lot of information. And generally my teacher says I shouldn't do all of that in one class. Sorry. I think we're doing good though. I think we're doing good because that's the focus. That's the focus for today's class. So we're gonna do our sun salutations. We're gonna go 3 times through. And you know what? I forgot the chair pose. So let's do that real quick. Inhale, reaching up, up, up. And exhale, sitting. Sitting into our chair pose. So here, our knees are over our toes, in line with our hips. Arms are reaching up, but shoulders still coming down and back. Down and back. Active, active body. This one, there's a whole lot going on in this pose. So if I turn to the side here, we want to be able to, we want to be squeezing those legs together like we had a block there and we're trying to hold it. But at the same time, just like in our Tadasana, squeezing the external rotation with our glutes. But also, as you're sitting here, you don't want your chest coming forward. We want to engage those abdominal muscles here. Engage the rib cage here. At the same time, bringing our shoulders down and back. Here we go. Inhale here. And exhale. Find your pose. Take your time. Feel it out. Inhale. And exhale. One more. You got this. Deep inhale. And exhale. Strong, active arms, chest, abdominals, glutes, legs, all the way down through our foundation. And inhale, reach. And exhale. Relax. Good. Shake it out. Shake it out. Now we're going to do our sun salutations. We're going to go 3 times through. We'll do the first one nice and slow. Actually, we're going to do them all nice and slow so that everyone can keep up with us and we can do it together. So if you are more advanced, then you activate that full body. You find that active advanced stretch in your pose. Find your Tadasana. Remember all those things we talked about, or pick one. Pick one to focus on, like your glutes or your abs or your shoulders. Here we go. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sit. Good. Find that pose. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Again, take the time. Find your pose. Find your position. Here we go. Inhale, half fold. Find that pose. Find that activation. Find that focus, whichever part you're focusing on. And exhale, pressing the palms into the mat, bringing our feet back into our plank position. Find that plank. And we're coming down through Chaturanga. Keep those elbows in, elbows in, elbows in. Tuck those toes, hands at the chest, pushing up into Cobra or upward facing dog. Shoulders down and back. Reaching long with the chin. Inhale here. And exhale, pushing back into our downward facing dog. Take your time. Walk it out. Find your pose. Bend those knees, lift those heels. But remember, engage. Engage those abdominal muscles, that rib cage. Find your optimal pose. And inhale, looking at the hands. Exhale, walking, jumping, stepping the feet forward. Finding your forward fold again. And inhale, sweeping the arms up, all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Here we go. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sit. Strong, active bodies throughout. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, half fold. Strong, active bodies. Exhale, palms to the ground. Walk, step, jump your feet back. Find your plank. And coming down through Chaturanga or low plank. Tuck those toes. Hands at the chest. Pushing up to your Cobra or upward facing dog. And again, sorry if this is not in your practice. Forearms on the ground, Sphinx pose. Separating the shoulders from the ears. Reaching long through the crown of the head. Inhale here. And exhale, pushing back into our downward facing dog. Again, walk it out. Find your pose. Lift those heels if you need to. Bend those knees. But tuck that rib cage in. Activate those abdominal muscles. Inhale, looking at your hands. Exhale, walking, stepping, jumping the feet forward. Find your forward fold. And inhale, sweeping the hands up. Reaching long. Exhale, hands to heart center. Here we go. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sit. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale all the way to the ground. Nice and slow, palms finding the earth. Find your plank. Coming down to the ground. Inhale, hands at the chest. Pressing up to your Cobra or upward facing dog or Sphinx pose. Shoulders down and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Activate that center. Pressing that tailbone towards the sky. Inhale, looking at the hands. Exhale, walking, stepping, jumping the feet forward. Find your forward fold. All those muscles, everything active in your body. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good job. All right, if you'd like to, let's go ahead. I'm going to do 3 more times. We're going to do a little quicker. So if that's not in your practice, just do 1 more, nice and slow. Or if you'd like to rest, go ahead and come into a nice resting position. And just wait for us. We're going to go, we'll be on the floor next. So, if you're with me, we're going to do sun salutations 3 more times, straight through. Here we go. Inhale, reaching up. Active body. Exhale, sit. Find your pose. Sink a little lower. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale to the ground. Inhale, Cobra, up dog, Sphinx pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, looking at the hands. Exhale, walking, stepping, jumping the feet forward. Inhale, sweeping the hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And inhale, reach. Exhale, sit. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale to the ground. Inhale, Cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, looking at the hands. Exhale, walking, stepping, jumping the feet forward. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last time. Inhale, reach. Strong, active bodies. Exhale, sit. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale to the ground. Inhale, Cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, looking at the hands. Exhale, walking, stepping, jumping the feet forward. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Wonderful. So take your time, get a drink of water, meet me on the ground. So we're going to do a new pose that we haven't done in my class yet, which is great. I've been so focused on my alignment and learning and my training. So finally I'm reaching out and expanding my horizons. I'm working on new poses now. So we're going to work on a gate pose. And there's many, many different variations to the gate pose, so we're just going to do a couple today. So coming to your knees. I'm actually going to face this way. All right. So from here, so on our knees, we're going to bring our hands forward like a tabletop pose. From here, I'm going to extend my left leg first. So we're extending the left leg back. So push back in that heel, stretching that calf muscle. Reaching long through the spine. Shoulders down and back. All right. So pressing the bottom foot here, the bottom foot, the top of the bottom foot with the bent leg, pressing deep into our foundation. Bring that left hand forward just a little bit because we're going to turn our body to the side. Sorry, bringing the hand to the center of the body in line with that right knee. My right hand in line with my right knee. Now I'm going to bring, let me move this. I'm going to bring the heel of my extended leg, I'm bringing the heel down to the mat. And then I'm going to work on pressing the outside edge of my foot into the mat. So that whole foot is pressing into the mat. If you need to, bring it a little closer. That's fine. So from here, I'm opening up my chest, opening up my hips, opening up my torso here. Pressing deep into my foundation, the weight of my body, in my hands, my knee, my foot, and my other foot. Both feet. Top of one foot, the bottom of the other. From here, if this is your pose, you want to put the hand on the small of your back, that's great. If you'd like to reach the arm up, you can find it here. Can you see me? All right. So my body is in line. My shoulders, one hand reaching up exactly from the space where my other hand is pressing into the mat. Shoulders open, one stacked on top of the other. My hips, one stacked on top of the other. Pressing weight into that extended leg foot. Pressing into the mat. Inhale here. And exhale. Bringing that activation into all of our muscles. Inhale. Or the area you chose to focus on today. Exhale. Good. One more breath here. And when you're ready, exhale. Coming up. If that's in your practice. If it's not, you can go ahead and bring the other knee down and sit up here, and we'll come from here. Otherwise, we're coming from here. We're coming up, pressing deep into that leg, into that foundation. Coming up here. All right. Let's actually, I'm so sorry. So, we're going to come to our knees. We're going to take a different variation of the gate pose before we switch to the other side. So, sitting up, tall, on your knees, the tops of the feet pressing into the mat. Again, we're going to extend that left leg out to the side here. Again, pressing into that outside edge of the foot so that my toes are facing the long edge of the mat here, but my whole foot is still pressing into the mat. If that is not comfortable for you, you may open your hips and bring that foot to the sky like this. So from here, we're going to reach over this way now. So I do not want your hand on your knee. You can be on your thigh or on your shin. Do not place that hand on your knee, because when we come over, the weight of your body is going to push into it, and that's not good. Whether your foot is to the side or on top like this. So, reaching down, find that pose. We're going to reach over with this other arm. All right, if that is not in your practice, I just want you to reach straight up. Reaching straight up, because there you can still find that open action in the chest. That open body here. If it is in your practice and you're reaching over, make sure you're not collapsing right here. We're reaching out and over. Like a rainbow, lifting up and over. Breathing here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Make sure, I just noticed I had to fix that you're not sinking into this hip here. Keep long body here. Exhale. And one more inhale. Open chest. Exhale. Good. Coming back to the knees. Fabulous. All right. So now, I'm going to turn and face this way because we're going to extend the right leg back this time. So coming back to our tabletop position, go ahead and bring that left knee in just a little bit. Pushing back with that right heel, extending that right leg. Pressing the palms into the mat. Shoulders back, reaching long through the crown of the head, finding that extended body, that extended spine. Breathing here, inhale. And exhale. Good. When you're ready, bringing that left hand in line with the left knee, left shin, top of the left foot, pressing into the mat. Bringing that extended leg, heel, down to the mat. So now the foot is to the side. The toes of the back foot are facing the long edge of the mat still. Pressing deep into the outside of the foot, so that whole foot is on our mat. From here, with the open hips, open chest, if this is in your practice, reaching that arm up to the ceiling or to the sky. Pressing into your foundation, the front hand. Whoop. See, and that's all right. If you need to make corrections, do it. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your alignment. Find it. Find your yoga. Shoulders, one stacked on top of the other. Reaching through the fingertips. Hips, one stacked on top of the other. Woo! I almost lost it. Find your pose. Breathing here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Pressing into the outer edge of that extended leg foot. Exhale. One more full breath. Good. Now, bringing the arm down, back to our tabletop, knees together. I'm going to turn to face you. So we have our knees and feet together. We're sitting up on top. We're going to reach from here, the right foot out. Again, you can have the toes facing forward, pressing into that foot, or you can turn the hips open with the knee and the toes facing up towards the ceiling or the sky. From here, find your placement of your hand, this inside hand, either on the thigh or on your shin, reaching up, straight up with that left hand, finding your placement with your open shoulders, open chest, open hips, and then if it's in your practice, taking it a little further. Breathing here. Reaching long through the crown of the head and through the fingertips. Remember, don't sink into this left hip. Keep that active there. Inhale. One more full breath here. Reaching long and coming back to the center. Bringing the knees together. All right. So from here, I'm going to turn to the side. We're going to do basically a variation of a camel pose, but we're not going that far. If it is in your practice and you'd like to do that and you believe that you can do that safely, then please do. Go for it. So from here, my knees are together under my hips, shoulders stacked on top of my hips, shoulders down and back, tops of the feet, my shins pressing into the mat. I'm going to bring my hands to the small of my back, right on top of my glutes here. Palms pressing and facing into my back. Bringing these elbows, my elbows, I'm pressing back because I'm going to open the chest up. So the elbows are reaching towards each other. And if you need to, get a blanket or something to put under your knees, please, if that's bothering you. Don't hesitate to make yourself comfortable because that's important. So, knees together under the hips, feet together, pressing into the mat. From here, our hands are going to press into our hips, bringing our hips forward, but just barely. Not a huge bend, unless that's in your practice and you feel ready for it right now. We're just taking a micro bend. Pressing those hips forward, bringing the elbows together, shoulders down and back, lifting that chin. Reaching through the crown of the head, breathing here. Exhale. So we're lifting up and back, reaching up with the chest. We're not bending, we're reaching. Inhale. Oh, there's a fish jumping. And exhale. One more breath here if you have it in your practice. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Bring your chin to your chest. And coming forward. Good. Go ahead and bring the butt back. We're going to come into a child's pose now to counteract that action. Stretch out the back. Take some of the tension off your knees. So either knees together, ankles together, or big toes together, knees apart, making room for your stomach. Reaching those palms forward. Find your stretch. Nice, comfortable stretch. If this is not comfortable for you, if this is not a resting position, go ahead and find a nice puppy stretch, or just take a tabletop, or laying in Shavasana. Find your practice. Find your yoga. Stretching here, breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Pressing the shoulders and the chest and the navel towards the ground. One more full breath here. And exhale. Good. When you're ready, walking the hands back and coming up, or coming to your tabletop. Find your comfortable position. We're coming now seated with our legs extended forward. We're going to do a little seated forward fold, just a little more stretching, and we're all done for today. All right, so I have my legs extended forward. We're going to work on our posture here. You see my body. All right, so both seat bones pressing into the ground, tailbone reaching for the ground. Reaching up, long through the spine, long through the crown of the head. Go ahead and bring those hands either to your thighs or here to the side is fine, right behind your bum. Bringing those shoulders down and back, opening that chest. Finding that nice, long, extended spine. Inhale here. And exhale. One more deep inhale. Feeling that air in your lungs. Exhale. Good. This time reaching the arms up, up, up. And exhale, forward fold. Seated forward fold. So from here, we're just relaxing over. Find your stretch. No need to pull or tug. Just find a nice, comfortable breathing space here. Relaxed over your legs. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now, from here, bring your hands either to the sides of your legs or onto your thighs. We're going to bring those shoulders down and back, extending through that spine, reaching long with the crown of the head here. Find that long, extended spine. Breathing here. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Keep those elbows in, shoulders down and back. One more full breath here. Good. Now, if it's in your practice, if you want to walk those hands forward, don't let that top thoracic spine curve. Don't let your spine curve up here. Try to keep that back. Keep the shoulders down and back. And bringing the stomach, your abdominals, your navel, and your chest towards the front, towards your legs. Find a nice, good stretch here. Inhale. And exhale. Push a little closer if that's in your practice. Inhale. And exhale. One more full breath. ahead and relax over again, relaxing that spine. Go ahead and move that head to one side or the other. Little circles, stretching out those muscles in the back. Oh. Rolling out nice and slow. Good. All right. Next, we're going to bend that left foot. So you can either bring it up like this with the knee laying on the ground, the thigh on the ground, like a tree pose here, or you can bring that knee up and into the body here. Whatever is comfortable for you. Find your position. I'm going to go ahead and extend mine on the ground. Sorry, let my knee fall to the ground. From here, we're going to do a nice axial twist, a nice little spinal twist. So we're going to reach the left hand, because I have my left leg out, right to the back of my left seat bone. All right? So that's bringing my shoulder down and back, opening my chest. From here, I'm focusing on keeping my right seat bone on the ground as I bring my right hand over to my thigh. Here we go. Inhale, reaching up, 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 through the crown of the head, opening that chest. Exhale, twist. Again, inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist. Last one. Deep inhale. Extending long through that spine. Exhale, twist. Good. When you're ready, deep inhale and unwind. Take a little movement. If you'd like, extend that left leg. Now we're taking the right. Again, you can bring the knee into your body like this, or you can lay that thigh down onto the ground as if you were standing in a tree pose. So, again, we're focusing on that left hip now because I have my right knee down. Keeping that left seat bone, that left hip down. Reaching back with my right hand, shoulder down and back. Hand right behind the seat bones. Reaching across with my left hand. Inhale, sitting tall. And exhale, twist. Inhale, sitting tall. Extending through that spine. Exhale, twist. One more. Deep inhale. Focus on your body, on your placement, on your alignment. Exhale, twist. Good. Deep inhale. And unwind. Good. Go ahead and move it around. Find your stretch, whatever else you need. If you're ready, go ahead and meet me in a nice seated position. We're going to do some nice breathing to finish up the class. So again, remember, yoga is your practice. It's all about you and your body. It's not about contorting your body and getting those legs behind your head or any of those crazy wild poses. Yoga is about you. Find a nice seated position. Legs extended or bent wherever you're comfortable, or laying in Shavasana if a seated position is not comfortable for you. Deep inhale. Let those ribs expand, creating space in your lungs for the air, and exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, bringing the hands up. If you're seated with me, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for coming to class today. I hope you enjoyed the practice. Thank yourself for doing your yoga today. It's so important. Namaste. I hope y'all have a great day. Remember, shop local.